out of the shot. Get out of the shot. I can still see you out of the corner of my eye. Can you hear me? Am I on the camera? Can you see me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hi, everybody, and welcome to the first ever installment of The Poem Home with Rita, Ambrosia, Chevedinets. I don't want to go home, I just want a poem home. I don't want to go home, I just want a poem home. E.T. phone home, I don't want to go home. Nickelodeon floam, I don't want to go home. Foam, gnome. Everybody come over, read a poem, read a poem, read a poem, read a poem, read a poem. Any crap. This is a show where we talk about poetry. The people need poetry in these confusing, extreme times. And I dare you to look me in the eye and tell me otherwise. Keith, a little bit about me. I'm an animal lover. Ferrets exclusively. I also am a sausage maker. I like the chaotic nature of sausage. There's no rules in the sausage arena. I like to write poetry. It makes me want to punch people less. You may recognize me. I understand you may recognize me. 'Cause I work at the Shell station by your house. Not the nice one, the other one with the broken air machine. I work the pumps like a champ. They used to call me Rita the Pumpkin, but I digest. Before we get into the poetry section of Poem Home, I want to talk a little bit about the greedy bastards over at the Public Library. In 1994, I went to the Public Library and I got this album. They didn't have it on 8-track, so I settled for this mini disc. You can see it. This album is called Grateful Dead by the American Beauties. A very good band headed by Kevin Spacey. They do songs about the devil and just really good. Flash forward 2 weeks ago, I go in to check out a copy of Dwell magazine, and they say, Rita, you can't check out Dwell magazine because you owe 65 cents from 1994 when you never returned. Grateful Dead by the American Beauties. Very famous band. Kevin Spacey's in it. I told them, I feel art deeply. I'm not paying the fee. I'm keeping the mini disc, and you can go F yourself. F yourself in the A. We're living in extreme and confusing times. I think I've made my point here today. Excited to be on TV, I guess. It's the best system we have. Although, personally, I think TV's been a whole load of crap since 2003 when the Fox network made a rare mistake and canceled Joe Millionaire. The longest running reality television program of 2003. It's about a bunch of girls, and they have this guy, Joe. They tell the girls this guy's a millionaire. Then he fucks all the girls. Then they find out. He was never even a millionaire to begin with. And they all just fucked some guy. the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life, and they canceled it. Funniest thing I've ever seen, and I've seen Liar Liar, starring Jim Carrey, in the theater. He couldn't lie. He couldn't lie, and he's a lawyer. How does that even operate? The genius of that man and his rubber face. Anyway, my manager Eunice was kind enough to allow me to use the take a penny, leave a penny tray to fund my latest poetry project, which is my dream anthology of poems. Here we are, the Shell gas station, number 240, Employee Poetry Quarterly. Could do a close-up on that, Keith. I was the editor, and let me tell you, not a lot of poetry made it in. Wasn't up to the caliber that we expect at the Shell gas station store 240 Employee Poetry Quarterly. So mostly it's poetry by me, Rita Ambrosia. Shove it in it. You can take this home. You can read it. You can peruse it. You can, take a look at it. $5. Fingerprints all over it. So, poetry. Here we go. L is for lesbians, 'cause they need love too. O is for oh boy, how do you do? V is for very, 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 very hot. E, either crap or get off the pot. That's the title. When I saw you in your Dodge, my heart said, oh my God. I know it's just a neon. Toot toot. But it makes me want to be on. Settle up. Top of your body. You make me feel naughty. Take me to the party. Lift in the seat. And lock the door. Click, 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 click. Chain, click, 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 key, click, 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 beep, beep, click, click. My underpants will fall to the floor. Keith, don't let me forget my underpants. And I think I'll just leave them here so you can keep them as a souvenir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's important to keep on writing and believing in your stupid, idiotic dreams. You never know. You could be the next Roald Dahl. You could be the next Beverly Clearly. Beverly Clearly, the choice is up to you. And if I remember correctly, Beverly Clearly got so much hot puss, it's not even funny. Not even funny. So keep on writing, or your sex holes are going to scab over and close up, and then where are you going to be in these extremely confusing times? I like to end the show by doing a tribute to some of my favorite wordsmiths. There's too many to mention. Mariah Carey, but I chose the most influential of all my influences, and that is a band called Chicago. A lot of people don't know. Chicago was originally called Naperville, Illinois, and I stepped in and said, Peter. And he said, Rita. And I said, Peter, you gotta change the band name to something more recognizable. So Chicago it was, and I'll never forget this song. Sitting cross-legged on the floor, 25 or 64, thinking that I'll get some sleep, wondering if I ought to sleep. Gonna time the break of day, looking for a thing to say. 25 or 64. Thank you. That song is not about drugs, like VH1 thinks it is. It's actually about what time it is, which is not to be confused, of course, with their song, Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is?, which is definitely about drugs. Myself, Peter and Rita, they called us because those were our names, you idiot. We were floating down the river, blitzed off of our rectum on window pane. That's the good shit. Got it out back in the parking lot of WLAV. And so they decided to write this song. Does anybody know what time it is? Rita, does anybody really care about what time it is? Rita, does anybody even know what time it is? Does anybody care about time? Thank you. Peter Cetera. It's been a pleasure hosting this show for you. Maybe when we edit this down, we can put my name and my phone number, or my address, maybe my credit card number. Because I know sometimes you try to find somebody, you can't. You need all the info, so we'll just put everything underneath here. And as I like to end each show, good night and good poems. I'm gonna put it on my ferret. He's gonna be a beef eater. Oh, pip Cheerio, chip Cheerio. Oh, the queen died. Chip Cheerio. Oh, very good. The queen died. Blub, blub, blub. I'm gonna take this home. Keith, you shut the camera off, right? So are you single? I just feel like you were really helping me out a lot back there. Do I feel something between us happening?